Good evening. Welcome to the Franklin Township Board of Education regular meeting. Today is Thursday, August 26th. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Hassan.
Here.
Mr. Grippa. I'm here. Mr. Jackson. Ms. Merritt. Mr. Tasman. Ms. Singh.
Here.
Ms. Stanley.
Here.
Here, and just for the record, Walter let us know that he was going to be absent from today's meeting, and Dr. Smith is also absent due to a death in the family. Thank you. Can you read the Open Public Meetings Act, please?
In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Public Law 1975, C.2 31 Sunshine Law, copies of this public meeting notice were sent to the Courier News, the Home News Tribune, Star Ledger, Franklin Reporter, Franklin Township, Franklin Township Clerk, Manager, District Schools, Offices and Associations, Field Presidents, and posted on the district website.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to move to confidential session?
So moved.
Moved by Ardeman, seconded by Nishida. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We will adjourn to confidential session. The purpose for this confidential session is to discuss confidential matters, including a personnel matter. Minutes of the confidential session will be made public when the reason for confidentiality no longer exists. Good evening and welcome back. Today is still Thursday, August 26th, and this is the Franklin Township Board of Education regular meeting. Ed, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Absolutely. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nishida, would you read the mission statement, please?
Sure. Mission statement of Franklin Township Public Schools. Franklin Township Public Schools embraces its diversity, fosters excellent educational innovation, and empowers all students to achieve their highest potential.
Thank you. This is the first time that we have our new goals for 2021. So, Ardeman, would you read the first one, please?
Sure. District goals. The first one is health and safety. Continue to ensure the health and safety of students and staff surrounding COVID-19 through policy, procedure, facility upgrades, promotion of vaccination programs, and screening programs during the return to full-day, full-time in-person instruction. Remain focused on facility security projects, social-emotional programs, and mental health to protect and support students and staff.
Thank you. Laura, would you read equity, please?
Continue the elimination of systemic racism and lingering white supremacy and remove access barriers so all students have equal access to rigorous academic programming. Ensure that all races are included in the structure of the district, and any attempt to or practice to dominate a race or highlight another unfairly will not be tolerated.
Thank you. Bill, would you read rigorous programming?
Rigorous programming. Support policy and programs that address learning gaps. Support learning recovery. And promote learning acceleration to assist students in reaching their full learning potential post-pandemic. Continue the expansion of innovative college and career readiness programs, affording students the opportunity to pursue their passions.
Thank you. Ed, would you do the next one, please?
Sustainability and green initiatives. Support and create policies to reduce waste and lower energy consumption. Foster environmental awareness among staff and students, and encourage the school community to engage in environmentally sound projects, with each school achieving Sustainable Jersey certification.
Thank you. Pat, would you read the last one, please? You read the last goal?
Community engagement. Work to further relationships and better leverage technology and social media to connect and proactively promote the school district with the community at large, and to ensure family engagement of students attending the Franklin Township Public Schools.
Thank you. And these are the goals for the Franklin Township School District Board of Education for 21-22. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda, please?
So
I make a
moved.
motion to adopt the goals.
Moved by Bill, seconded by
Second.
Ardeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are now moving on to the superintendent's report.
Thank you. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the many that have worked hard this summer preparing facilities, editing curriculum, and creating safety procedures in preparation for the start of the upcoming school year. Thanks to our maintenance and custodial staff led by Mr. Coretta and Mrs. McMillan, who have our buildings in fabulous condition. Thanks to our faculty led by our wonderful administrative staff. Curricular and programs are in great shape. Thanks to our building level administrators who, with the support of our business office, have supplies such as PPE, cleaning materials ready to support the district's safe return plan. Thanks to our families for their continued support and for supporting our summer programming efforts, which we believe were successful. And finally, thanks to our Board of Education for their continued support as we navigate through these difficult times. On all fronts, we believe we are ready for the return of faculty on September 1st and the return of students on September 9th. Road back health and safety policy. On tonight's agenda, the board is being asked to approve a first reading of policy 1648.1, which provides details on the district's COVID-19 health and safety plans for the 2021-2022 school year. On Monday, administrators and I hosted a well-attended virtual webinar about the health and safety plans for this school year. During the webinar, we gave those in attendance opportunities to ask questions and gain clarification on this year's plans. We did record the webinar, and a link to the webinar will be on the district's main webpage as soon as possible. Please be patient with us. We are experiencing some technical difficulties with the recording. However, we have created a PowerPoint presentation, which can be found online, that helps those interested in better understanding the COVID-19 mitigation plans for this 2021 school year, or 21-22 school year. Finally, we also have a link on the website to a document called Frequently Asked Questions About the Return to School. That contains the answers to the questions that were asked on Monday evening, as well as the answers to many other questions we anticipate parents might have or have already asked. I encourage both parents and students as well to access these links as soon as possible, if they've not done so already, to become familiar with the mitigation strategies and plans for this school year. Building principals will be hosting virtual programs similar to Monday's program in coming weeks prior to the start of school year. So for those interested, please be on the lookout for an announcement from your child's principal. And I believe most of those have already been announced, so you want to check your individual child's website for information on your principal's webinar about safe return. Special thanks to our District Safe Return Committee. It's made up of representatives from across the district, many stakeholders, and they did a wonderful job putting those health and safety plans together. And of course, thanks to the team that put Monday night's program together. I think at one point we had close to 600 people registered, and I think several hundred of those 600 registered showed up. So it was a huge undertaking for a virtual webinar. Thanks to Ms. Martin. She's our FHS Vice Principal, or one of our FHS Vice Principals. Thanks, Ms. McNeil. She's our District Behaviorist. And Ms. Peters. She is our Hamilton Street Guidance Counselor. The three of them were responsible for helping to put that program together. And also thanks to our panelists, Mr. Wilson, Ms. Adams, our principal, Dr. Sofield, and Ms. Rutledge, another one of our principals. They all joined me to answer the many questions that we got during the program, and each of them explained different elements of the return back plan. Finally, thanks to Mrs. Clark, who's hiding in the back. You can't hide, Mrs. Clark. Thanks to Mrs. Clark, who's always staying on top and updating the FAQs as they come in, and all other documents and links related to pandemic response. We appreciate the effort, and please, please access the website to get your information and get your most up-to-date information. Vaccination clinics. The district has partnered with the Somerset County Health Department and is offering a COVID-19 vaccination clinic on Monday morning from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm sorry. Let me change those hours. Our Somerset County Health Department COVID vaccine clinic is on Monday morning, but it's from 7 a.m. to noon. So the vaccination clinic for students and faculty will be from 7 a.m. to noon. On Sunday, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Franklin Township will be offering a testing/vaccination clinic at the Hamilton Street campus, similar to what occurred there last year. So again, the vaccination clinic for the Township residents is hosted by the Township and will be at the Hamilton Street campus on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Vaccination clinic for our students ages 12 and over registered in the Franklin Township Public Schools, and for our staff members who are employed by the Franklin Township Public Schools if they yet need to be vaccinated. That will occur on Monday morning from 7 a.m. to noon, thanks to the County Health Department. All that information, the registration form for students and faculty members were all emailed a link, and I believe you can access that link on the district website as well. And for students ages 12 and over, middle and high school, you can access the link on your school website. And for those interested in the Township program, there's lots of information on the Township website that you can get about the Township program on Sunday. I also want to offer, because we didn't spend a lot of time on this Monday, and it'll be where I end, our breakfast and lunch program. I want to talk a little bit about that. This year, based on the latest guidance that we got from the Department of Agriculture and the New Jersey Department of Education, all students in attendance at school are eligible to receive a free breakfast and a free lunch each day that they attend school. So again, Department of Agriculture and New Jersey Department of Education, for those that participate in their National School Lunch Program, and we are a participant, you as a district can offer for all those students in attendance, those that attend each day can receive a free breakfast and a free lunch. Now, you may recall last year we were sending meals home. We cannot do that this year. You must be in school and in attendance as of right now. Of course, things change as we know. But as of right now, free breakfast and free lunch to all those who want. The only stipulation is that the student must take the entire breakfast and or the entire lunch. For example, a student who chooses to take the lunch must take one item from each of the major food groups offered. So, my favorite school lunch, pizza. So, if you take that slice of pizza on pizza day, you must take a vegetable of choice from those offered and a fruit of choice from those offered, and then the milk along with it. However, you can't just take an a la carte item. You can't say, just give me the pizza, or you can't say, just give me the milk. So if you bring your lunch and you go to get milk, you would have to pay for that. If you take the school lunch and the entire lunch, then the lunch is free. Once the cafeteria reintroduces the snack program, also a favorite of mine, I might add, the Doritos. Once they reintroduce the snack program, which isn't going to be in the beginning of the year because we need to get schools open and going, but once the snack program is introduced and folks want to buy a snack, those are considered a la carte items, and they too must be purchased. So that's the news on school lunch. I didn't spend a lot of time on it Monday. I wanted to clarify it. And if you go to our headline section on the district website, there's a whole lot, there's a bunch of information put on there directly by our food services director who knows the program inside and out. But I did promise I would share that information with you all tonight. And that's it from us.
Thank you. First of all, can you join me in a moment of silence for Alexander Murphy, who is the father-in-law of Dr. Mike Smith, who's not with us tonight because he left to go be with his family, and the daughter of Laura Smith. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. So this is our last meeting before our staff and students return to school. Convocation for our staff members is next Wednesday, September 1st, and our students return on Thursday, September 9th. On behalf of the board, I would like to thank everyone who worked so hard this summer to get our facilities ready for our students, and I would like to welcome back all of our students and staff. While this might not be a typical year for us, I know that our team of staff and students will continue to show resilience and a true warrior spirit. So welcome back all. And that is it for my board president's report. So now we are on to comments from the public, 5 minutes per speaker on agenda items only. Can I get a motion to open public comment?
I make a motion to open public comments.
Second.
Moved by Bill, seconded by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public comment is now open. Please come up to the microphone if you wish to speak. 5 minutes per speaker on agenda items only. Please state your name and address if you're over 18.
Good evening.
Hi.
I reside at 175 Wilson Road in Somerset. I come here first to address the executive order on masking in school that the governor.
Yeah, we can hear.
So an executive order is just that. It's not a law. It's unenforceable. The legislature of the state has to convene and pass legislature. A governor's part in that is to either sign the bill into law or veto it. Unfortunately, he's been passing executive orders that have been taking over our lives, which amounts to being under a constitutional monarchy rather than a constitutional republic. The last time Americans lived under a monarchy, we rebelled, we fought, we won against the world's foremost superpower and became the world's foremost superpower. But nonetheless, our leaders around the state have caved to the governor's whims, left and right. There has been no rebellion, and it affects our lives. So I am subject to the executive order and now the district policy that mirrors it in regarding to masking in school. So I'm going to read a few lines from that policy and address a few things that I've had some questions on, and I have not gotten what I feel is an acceptable answer. All staff, students, and visitors will be required to wear a face covering during the school day unless, doing so would inhibit the individual's health, and there's a whole list of other exceptions. One other exception here, which is separate from the first, is an individual's documented medical condition or disability as reflected in an IEP for a student or applicable documentation for staff. precludes the use of face covering. Semicolon, and it goes on to list other exceptions, all of which are separate. Some of
me,
these
Mr.
exceptions
Smith.
are eating or drinking, so on and so forth.
Mr. Bruno, can you
yes.
just pull your mask up? Your mask-
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Sorry, it goes down when you talk, because that's what happens. With that being said, I've constantly been referred to a separate exception when I quote the first, if it inhibits an individual's health. I constantly get referred to the individual documented medical condition. It's separate. So with that being said, if we're going to constantly defer people to this documented medical condition, that means that you would have to refer people to that documented medical condition for all the other exceptions that are listed, such as if they're in water, in extreme heat outdoors, don't quote me on this one, intense aerobic activity. So if you're going to refer me to that one for the first, then you're going to have to refer everyone to that one for all the other ones. And that is obviously not practicable, and it's not how the English language works. There are separate exceptions that are separated by semicolons. So what I'm trying to say is, who gets to decide what inhibits an individual's health? Is it the person themselves, or in the case of a juvenile, their parents, or are we going to give that right to a bureaucrat, a school nurse or doctor, whatever the case may be, to make that decision for a citizen in a free country? Another thing I want to address that was, brought up during the meeting on Monday that was aired is that there was a question about mask wearing during naps, and there was a lot of hesitancy from those conducting this Zoom meeting about answering that question. They were like, I don't know, I'm going to defer. Ultimately, the question was, obviously, no, you don't have to wear it during a nap because it's a suffocation hazard. Now, do I think any of those people that deferred are unintelligent? No, I don't think that's the case. I think they all knew what it was, but I think it was this. They were scared of just saying what makes sense. They're scared because of these overreaching policies that are so long and so hard to interpret, and they just don't want to get in trouble with whoever's above them, rather than just making the right decision in the moment. This is called central planning. This is something that led to the downfall of numerous authoritarian regimes over the years, such as the Soviet Union, because you lock up your citizens from having to make the decisions in the moment, and they constantly have to defer to somebody else. It's just an example of how restrictive this is, and many times unpractical.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else that would like to speak on agenda items only? Please come up to the microphone.
Seeing no one else, I move to close the public session on these items.
Motion to close public comment by Bill, second by
Second.
Ardman. All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
What?
Artemis didn't say anything.
It was
Oh,
Nishida.
Nishida, sorry.
That's fine.
Seconded by Nishida. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Public comment on agenda items only is now closed. Now we are on to our committee and liaison reports. Ed, could you read the finance report since Mike is not here, and the facilities report, please?
The Finance Committee met on Tuesday, August 24th at 5 p.m. Via video teleconference. Present at the meeting were President Nancy LaCourte, Dr. Michael Smith, myself, Mr. Bill Grippo, Dr. John Ravalli, John Toth, Louis Valencia, and Brian Bonanno. The first item for business was the district financials. The committee reviewed the bills list for the current period and the board secretary's report, the transfer report, bank reconciliation, and void check report for the prior period. We also discussed COVID testing. The committee discussed allocating ESSER 3 funds for COVID testing in order to comply with Executive Order 253 issued by the governor. Charter school payments. Hatikva was paid $37,040. Central Jersey College Prep was paid $1,040,774. Greater Brunswick Charter School was paid $16,898,000. Thomas Edison Energy Smart was paid $552,128. Barack Obama was Green, I think it's called, charter school was paid $3,896. The total monthly tuition was $1,650,770. Total transportation year to date was $0, and the total payments year to date was equal. And the meeting adjourned. It started, I didn't mention that, at 5. It adjourned at 5:35. And just following that at 5:35, via video teleconference, the Facilities, Technology, Transportation Committee met. Present were myself, President LaCourte, Bill Grippo, Mike Smith, John Ravalli, John Toth, Louis Valencia, and Brian Bonanno. We discussed the 2022 capital projects. The SGS campus auditorium renovation is still ongoing. The installation of new ceiling tiles, flooring, painting is complete. Seating installation has been delayed due to issues with the supply chain relating to the ability of material and logistics. The contract anticipates the project completion by the end of September. So just missing the beginning of school. I think we're all experiencing shortages of different building and supply materials. The PJM, McAfee, and Connolly Road project has been delayed due to the manufacturing type of bullet-resistant windows and doors. Ductwork and equipment pad work will begin next week at the PJM HVAC project. Air filtration. The district will begin to retrofit building HVAC systems with Sanders filters. The Sanders containment filter is a new synthetic medium developed and now available that has high efficiencies higher than HEPA, which is 99.9998% at 1.1 micron. This media's main advantage is unlike the old, hard-siding, microfine glass HEPA. It is a soft, flexible pad with a low static pressure of 0.17 water column at 125 cubic centimeters per square foot. For the first time, this allows for HEPA or near HEPA filtration of the return air duct in any room. This means that now all rooms may be filtered with HEPA or near HEPA air quality without any reconstruction costs or transforming the HVAC unit. These work on all previously installed units, and by attaching this pad over every return vent, we will capture any microbe as it's about to enter the HVAC system. This is known as source capture. Since all the vents must be microbe, as it is about to enter the HVAC system, since all the vents must be filtered, it didn't make sense really, I went up an extra line. Since all the vents must be filtered, a uniform static pressure is achieved and the system is still in balance. The product had such a low resistance in the 100 series that it also worked very well with our low flow PTAC and through our wall systems. We also discussed the PPE. The committee reviewed the PPE inventory in preparation of the 2021-2022 school year, and the meeting adjourned at 6:05.
Thank you. Bill, would you read the safety report, please?
Okay, the Safety and Security Committee met on Wednesday, August 18th at 7:15. In attendance, myself, Chair, Nishita Desai, Nancy LaCourte ex officio, District Staff, Mr. Wilson, and Dr. Ravalli. The committee reviewed the Grades for Life Student Recognition Program for elementary school students. The Grades for Life program offers student rewards and incentives, motivation based on programs that encourage students to excel in school and engage in healthy social behavior. Elementary students can earn points for good grades and by participating in activities such as community service projects, anti-bullying, school community volunteerism. Student rewards include merchandise discounts, gift cards, and other merchandise items. The Grades for Life program is funded through a community sponsorship. There's no cost to the district. or district students to participate in this program. It's a collaboration agreement that will be approved or voted on at tonight's meeting. The school safety protocol associated with the opening of school reviewed the administration's plan. Dr. Ravalli gave a very detailed report, it was excellent, on the road back to the in-person instruction. Very good report. Mr. Wilson provided an update on the status of the school safety projects. There's a surveillance camera upgrade at Claremont. It's awaiting delivery of equipment and supplies. The surveillance camera upgrades continue and are completed at Connolly, Hillcrest, and McAfee. The secure vestibule project at Connolly and McAfee Road School and Pine Grove Manor School, the bids have been awarded, and they are awaiting materials and supplies to begin work on those vestibules. The school emergency drill requirement revert back to pre-pandemic drill procedures that we did in the past. And we also reviewed the school and district school safety plan. The meeting adjourned at 8:15 that evening.
Thank you. Lori, would you read the curriculum?
Yes. The Curriculum and Instruction Committee met on August 17th at 6:15 p.m. via Zoom. The committee members attending were myself, Lori Maris, Walter Jackson, Ardaman Singh, Nancy LaCourte, Dr. Longren, and Dr. Ravalli. The committee approved the following items: ESEA Consolidated Grant Funds for fiscal year 2022. These federal funds are allocated to support student and professional learning. RVCC CTE College Readiness Now Grant. This grant will support a summer program for rising ninth graders in the summer of 2022 in order to promote career and technical education. ST Math online game software for grades K through 5. This curricular supplement will enable students to develop their problem-solving and reasoning skills more effectively. Annual curriculum revisions in Rubicon Atlas. These revisions to curricula across the district align each content area to its respective New Jersey learning standards. New Advanced Placement Latin Curriculum. This is a new AP course at Franklin High School. Various textbook adoptions for AP Latin, Anatomy and Physiology, and Supply Chain Management. The committee discussed the following items. The first annual Innovation Challenge. In its first year, this competition will showcase inventions created by gifted and talented students in grades 3 through 5, and the competition will expand to the upper grades in subsequent years. We also discussed the Middlebury Language Program. This curricular supplement will support the district's world languages programs. Finally, we discussed the Panorama Social and Emotional Learning Software. This platform will enable the district to measure its progress in various social and emotional learning initiatives. The meeting concluded approximately 7:15 p.m.
Thank you. Nishida, would you read the policy committee, please?
The policy committee met on August 17, 2021. Committee members present were Walter Jackson as chair, Lori Maris, Ardaman Singh, Dr. Ravalli, Nancy LaCourte, and Mary Clark. I was part of the earlier meeting, so I was exempt from this. The committee reviewed and discussed new policy 1648.11, the Road Forward COVID-19 Health and Safety. This policy aligns to the New Jersey Department of Education and New Jersey Department of Health released guidance for the upcoming school year called the Road Forward Health and Safety Guidelines. While the policy language restates much of the broader themes of this guidance, the appendices of the policy contain the more specific details of how the district will implement the guidelines. The information in those appendices are divided in the following topics: vaccination, communication with the local health department, mask wearing protocol, physical distancing and cohorting protocols, hand hygiene and respiratory etiquette protocols, provision of meals, transportation protocols, cleaning, disinfection and airflow, screening, exclusion, and response to symptomatic students and staff members, contact tracing, testing, and student and staff member travel. The policy and the information contained in the appendices were reviewed by the Safe Return Committee, formerly the Restart Committee, as well as members of the Policy and Communication Committees. The policy gives the superintendent the ability to update the appendices as necessary and appropriate. That is, to comply with the new guidance or directives from the New Jersey Department of Education or local, state, or federal health organizations. The committee agreed to forward the policy to the full board for consideration. At the September Board of Education meeting, the board will also be asked to abolish the policies which were adopted last year with regard to the district's response to the pandemic, as these no longer apply. Thank you.
Thank you.
The court,
1 second.
may I ask a question about the policy report?
Sure, 1 second. We'll just get through the committee reports. Ardeman, can you do personnel, please?
The Personnel and Negotiations Committee met on Wednesday, August 18th. The meeting began at 6:06 p.m. Members of the committee present were myself as chair, Walter Jackson, Dr. Smith, Nancy LaCourte, Dr. Ravalli, Brian Bonanno, and Jackie Schneider. The Personnel Committee reviewed and discussed the personnel report of August 26, 2021. The report includes today new staff appointments, appointments for curriculum development, club advisors, fine visual performing art appointments for 21-22 school year, horizontal movements, leave of absences, transfers, and resignations. Job description revisions, food service worker, purchasing and energy manager. The Personnel Committee reviewed the above noted revised job descriptions. The food service worker job description was revised to include the lunchroom aides' job responsibilities and duties. The lunchroom aides, which were currently unaffiliated with an association, are now effective September 1, 2021, under the supervision of the Director of Food Services. The purchasing and energy manager job description was revised to include added responsibilities, specifically in the solar energy management. For the good of the order, with the retirement of our Supervisor of Maintenance, Grounds, and Custodial Services, Mr. Coretta, Mr. Bonanno reviewed the recruitment plan and timeline for his replacement. Mr. Bonanno also reviewed and discussed the recruitment plan and timeline for the replacement of our Director of Guidance, Mrs. Dana Carras, whose resignation also appears on this report. A confidential employee matter was also discussed with the committee. The meeting ended at 7:10 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Pat, you had a question on policy?
Yes, I just kind of wanted to know the source of these changes. Was in terms of the regulations, not anything to do with the 1600 policy number, the other ones, the teacher evaluations, the administration evaluations. What was the source of those changes? Not only those changes with the 33 series there, but the 33 series of the regulations. What was the initial source of those changes?
John?
So the changes are to the policies where the policies mention the onset or introduction of Achieve New Jersey. There were several dates and deadlines that had to be met when Achieve New Jersey was first regulated way back when. The policies made mention of particular dates and benchmarks, that's the word I was looking for, sorry. Particular benchmarks you had to hit with regard to Achieve New Jersey, which now governs all of teacher evaluation. And the reason those several policies is because we evaluate different classifications of employees.
Right.
So you've got certified staff, you've got, and the numbers all vary. So Mrs. Clark is our policy coordinator. Mrs. Clark, am I misspeaking in any way? I believe most of the language changes had nothing to do with anything other than removing references to the rollout of Achieve NJ, which has now since then been long past.
And that came from the legislature, came straight down from the
Well,
New Jersey Department of Education to the legislature. Obviously,
Achieve NJ is from the legislature several years back, and the state board at the time. And but as you know, we work with a policy consultant group,
right.
and the
Okay.
policy consultant group, Strauss Esme, they're the folks that provided or have provided the alert that some of the language needed to be changed based on the fact that those dates had expired. So we reviewed it, and that's why we changed it.
Okay, so these changes are statewide then? They would be occurring in every municipality then?
Yeah, because there's no substance to the change. It's really just eliminating reference to the rollout of Achieve NJ, which is no longer rolling out, it's rolled out.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions on the committee reports? Any liaison reports? Okay, now we are on to our new business.
I would like to make a motion to move the following. R1 monthly reports, M1 minutes of board meetings, A1 travel and related expenses, A2 affirm harassment, intimidation, and bullying decisions, A3 grades for life memorandum of agreement, A4 maximum allowable cost of independent educational evaluations for the 21-22 school year, A5 American Rescue Plan IDEA grant acceptance and submission, A6 semi-reimbursement corrective action plan, A7 revised policy second reading, A8 new policies first reading, A9 revised regulations, A10 facility use, B1 warrants and payrolls, B2 financial reports, B3 contract approval, A through K, B4 change orders, none at this time, B5 award of RFP CC air filtration technology, B6 award of RFP CC equity training, B7 receipt of state aid, C1 out-of-district students school year 2021-2022, C2, C3 field trip destinations applications, none at this time, C4 college readiness now grant participation, C5 accept ESEA consolidated grant funds for fiscal year 2022, C6 authorize submission of the ESEA consolidated grant fund fiscal year 2022 application, C7 memorialize minor curriculum changes, C8 approve curriculum revision, C9 approve new curriculum, C10 motion to approve textbook, P1 approve 2020-2021 administrator merit pay, P2 revised job descriptions, P3 personnel report 2 dated today, August 26, 2021.
So the motion is for R1, M1, A1 through A10, B1 through B7, C1 through C10, P1 through P3. Can I get a second, please?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ed. John, can you do roll call, please? Oh, I'm sorry, any discussion? Nope. John, can you do roll call, please?
Yes. Mr. Grippo,
Yes.
Ms. Desai,
Yes.
Ms. Maris,
Yes.
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 No on C07 and abstain on P01.A, and yes on everything else.
no on C07 and abstain on
01.A.
Yes. Motion carries. And now we are on to, bear with me. Comments from the public on any topic.
President LaCourte, I move we open public comment on any topic, limited to 5 minutes.
I second that.
Moved by Ed, seconded by Nishida. All in favor, to open public comment on
Aye.
any topic. Opposed? Public comment's now open. Please come to the microphone and state your name and address if you're over 18. It's on any topic. 5 minutes.
Seeing no comments from the public, I move to close the public session.
Motion to close public comment by Bill, seconded by
Second.
Nishida. All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Public comment is now closed. And I'd like to take this minute to recognize Nikki Tatum on her appointment to Vice Principal of Hillcrest and the Road to Success program. We look forward to the positive influence you'll have on our alternative program and the students that it serves. So congratulations, Nikki. Would you like to come to the podium, Nikki, and say something?
Yes, I will. Right. Good evening, everyone. I apologize. I'm going to try to do the best I can reading from a cell phone without my glasses. All right. So first, I'd like to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Ravalli, and Mr. Orville Wilson for giving me the opportunity to be the Vice Principal of the RTS program and Hillcrest Elementary School. I am honored and humbled at the opportunity to lead the RTS program and to work with my esteemed colleague, Mr. Al Fico. I also look forward to taking the RTS program to the next level and continuing to support the students and families of Franklin Township Public Schools. And lastly, I would just like to give a very heartfelt thank you to my family. My husband is here with me tonight, and I just want to thank him publicly for his support and his love. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Nikki has a lot of elbows to bump. And as a graduate of Franklin High School, I think it's always great when we promote from within, and bring back our warriors. So congratulations to Jared Sheffrin, who will be joining Principal Evelyn Rutledge and Vice Principal Jill Santoni at the Sampson G. Smith Sampson G. Smith Middle School campus as the new vice principal there. And I'm sure that you too will have a positive influence on the students and staff at SGS. So would you like to come up and congratulations and say something?
I want to say thank you to the board and Dr. Ravalli and Mr. Wilson, and I'm really excited for this opportunity. I went to Sampson way back when, and to be able to be an administrator there with Mrs. Rutledge is great. I thank everyone. Mr. Chico was my mentor while I went to school. Become a principal, he taught me a lot and everything I know, and I'm just really excited for the opportunity to continue my career in Franklin and work with the students and everyone like that. Thank you.
Thank you. And the really cool thing is both Nikki and Jared brought their families with them to celebrate. So congratulations to the families too, because thank you for sharing Jared and Nikki with us. And I don't know if Mr. Fico wants to say something since his name keeps coming up tonight. And I've never known him to not grab a microphone. So would you like to say something, Al? What? Okay, so we're going to mark that as Al Fico is not speaking. So congratulations, guys, and good luck in your new positions. Now we are on to good of the order. So, Bill, do you have anything for the good of the order?
Well, you know I do, Nancy. You always warn me not to talk too long. I'm only
Another
kidding.
one who doesn't miss a microphone.
I'm glad to see Mr. Fico so relaxed looking tonight. The summer's doing you well. It's great. Jared, you're going to have a great career as an administrator. I know you've, since you were 3 years old, I think, and you've been a great part of our community, a great spirit in all of Franklin Township. So, you know, we thank you, and I think you're going to bring that warrior spirit to Sampson and really, you know, make those kids even greater than they are. And I know that Albert Fico has been a great mentor to you. I kid him a lot, but he really is an inspiring gentleman, so I'm happy for that. And Nikki, so, you know, this is exciting because when I started in Franklin 42 years ago, I was the adult school, high school principal. And it was a great honor to work with graduates, people who didn't finish high school, and give them that second opportunity. And you're going to make such a difference because you've made such a difference in Franklin already. So I congratulate both of you.
Is that it, Bill? Did you have anything else? I'm just curious. Okay. Pat, do you have anything?
Yes, I would like to congratulate our new head of the RTSS. I think RTSS is one of our best programs. I think it's one of the most important programs that we have. I think the kids that come out of there, they come out of there with a new, a new understanding of themselves, and the fact that their futures are going to be a little bit brighter coming out of RTSS. So I wish you the best of luck and the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Nishita, do you have anything?
Congratulations to both of you. I also wanted to say that in the past months, it seems like summer is a quiet time. However, the amount of work that the administration does, and the cabinet, and Dr. Ravalli does, is incredible. I just wanted to say that here. And there's the recovery plan, the road back, has been thought through. Every detail has been thought about, and so I'm excited that you lead this group and all the work that everybody's done. I want to say best of luck for the school year. I'm excited, and I think everything's going to go great. Go Warriors.
Thanks, Nishita. Lori, do you have anything?
I'll just echo the comments of my fellow board members and congratulations to our new administrators. May you have the best of luck this upcoming school year. I know that I'm not the only one that has a great deal of confidence in your abilities. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ed?
Also, congratulations to our two new administrators. I just want to plead with everyone to get vaccinated. We're seeing cases of COVID go up. Today was a 19-case day, and the vaccines are effective. Definitely talk to your doctor if you have questions, not Dr. Google. And we are, as Dr. Ravalli mentioned, having vaccination clinics here at the school on, I guess it's Monday, and there's also Sunday township-wide, and on Monday again. So please take advantage of that if access has been an issue. And let's stay safe and have a wonderful school year where we can have in-person instruction and make sure we don't lose anyone from our community more than we've already lost. Thank you.
Thank you. Hardiman.
I want to echo the same thing. I want to congratulate our new administrators who have been administrators, but they are moving onwards and upwards. And I also want to echo a welcome to all the staff and students starting next week. And we will get through it and make through it. We have taken strides, and we will continue to make Franklin proud. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank Green Oasis Maintenance. They fixed up the greenery at the entrance to the high school, and it just looks really nice. And we're talking about Joe Coretta retiring, and it's just, I drove into the high school, and the lines on the roads were straight, and you walk into a building, the floors are so shiny. It's kind of exciting to see all of that. So I just wanted to make mention of that, and he volunteered to do that for us. Resources are available on the district website, franklinboe.org. There are a ton of resources, from social emotional to syllabuses for your students' classes, to forms, to sports, to everything else. So please check out the district website. With regard to the safe return plan, I'm going to echo Nishita that it doesn't really seem like a stone has been unturned. When I first got on the committee, it was amazing where all of the voices that were being heard were coming from, and there was a lot of work that had gone into it prior to that. And today we were fortunate enough to have gotten from the county 3 rapid testing COVID machines. So they're thinking of everything. If they're not answering your question today, it doesn't mean that you haven't been heard. It means that they're researching it, and they're not going to come back to you with a non-answer. And I would like to say thank you to my colleagues on the board, Dr. Avalli, our administrators, our staff, our community, our parents, and especially our students for getting us ready for 2021. And I hope that this is a healthy, productive, safe school year. And I hope that everyone please follows the safety guidelines issued by the district, by the CDC, and washes their hands, wears masks properly, and continues to get vaccinated. So again, check out the district website, Franklin BOE. Join your school-sponsored organizations, because there's many, many of them, and it's a way to get involved with your student and support the schools. And with that, we are adjourned.